One of the questions I get asked a lot is how I do my etching on my blades. So I thought I'd make a quick video and show you how. It's really simple to do. You could probably do it with the stuff that you already have. This is my process. This is what works for me. If y'all do it a different way or anything I can improve, shoot me a comment, shoot me a message, let me know. You're gonna need some acetone. I just put mine in this old bone bottle. You're gonna need vinegar. You're gonna need salt. You're gonna need some cotton balls, Windex, a little cup. You can get these for $1 for a whole pack at like Dollar General. You can use anything. I just picked these up because they last forever, because you can keep using the same one over and over, just wash it out. And you're gonna need a battery charger. Older the better. The newer ones, they don't do anything until you hook them to a battery. The old ones work great. You can find them at garage sales, probably Facebook Marketplace, wherever. I do it on 10 amp, and there's a really important reason why I do it on 10 amp. The reason is that's what it was on when I first did it, and it worked, so I've never changed it. Of course, you're going to need a knife. You're going to need some kind of resist. I use stencils. A friend of mine prints these out for me. What you need something to isolate the area which you're going to etch. I'll talk more about that in a minute. You can actually use nail polish. That's what my first couple ones, that's what I did. If you'll just put nail polish over the area, you can take a toothpick and write your name or draw little designs or whatever. And what you're wanting to do is just isolate that area to where that's the only part of metal that's showing. And then it'll etch that away. So let's get at it. First thing you want to do is clean it. Clean it real good with the acetone. Just give it a real good scrubbing with acetone. It'll help your logo or nail polish or whatever you're going to use as your resist stick. Plus, it'll clean any impurities off that might mess with your etch. Alright, here it is with the decal in place and prep for the etch. I like to take some Scotch tape and go around the edge and go around on the backside just to give me a little bit more of a buffer in case I come off and don't etch everywhere. And what you'll do is take your salt. I just have my salt that's poured in this Crystal Light, not Crystal Light can, and put just enough. That's too much. Just enough where it'll cover the bottom. Any more than that really is waste, because it won't mix in there good, and then it'll just be floating in there. Pour your vinegar in, nearly to the top. Do multiple blades, out of the same vinegar. Popsicle stick or anything, and mix it up. Just mix it up good until you don't feel any salt in the bottom anymore. Now we're getting ready to start the actual etching process. When you wait on Trismingo County, you're done with their fire. When you etch, take your red, the hot, clamp it to the blade. I went to Harbor Freight and got some of the replacement clamps to make it a little easier. So I put a little alligator clip on my black negative, and the red goes to the blade, cotton ball goes on the black. Take your cotton ball, dip it in your vinegar and salt solution, squeeze it out. You want it damp but not dripping. Put it on your alligator clip. Have you another one in your other hand, and then you're just gonna hold it on. If your cotton ball is too small, make sure you cover the entire area evenly, and pick it up every once in a while and just dab it and look at it. You can see it changing colors. It'll turn like kind of a yellow and a brownish, but just hold it on there for a couple seconds, pick it up, move it around, make sure you get it good and even, and then dab. And you're going to repeat this. Really, it kind of depends on the steel how many times you do it. Sometimes I don't count. It's something that you just have to practice. And when you start seeing, you can see how deep it's going in there. When you start seeing it get fairly deep, you want to stop. You can just kind of dab it like this. Works pretty good too. If you don't have a good even coverage, just hold it and it'll turn all the way black. That's what you want. It's hard to say when enough is enough. That's something that you just have to play with and figure out. I mean, if you have a logo, like when I do my circle logos on my stock knives, it's easy because this is the perfect size. You just hold it on there and kind of rock it around and it does it. But with my name, it's a little more difficult getting it even because you can't just hold it in one spot. You'll know if you went too much for sure because the edges won't be sharp. So you don't know if you can see that, but you see it's a good and even etch. Now we'll go to the next step, which is neutralizing. Alright, here it is. After etch, you still got to clean it up. So now what we're going to do is take some Windex and neutralize this. All I do with the Windex is just give it a shot and just wipe it with my finger. You can use steel wool depending on your finish. If you have a hand rub finish where your scratch line is going this way, it's a lot easier to use steel wool because you can just rub it that way and it'll go with your scratch pattern. Like this, with this blade, with this hollow grind, it'll scratch the finish up. So you can just use your finger and just wipe it in real good. What you're doing is just getting it in there and getting that Windex in there and cleaning that vinegar out. Because if you leave it on there, it'll rust the piss out of it. And you can just take it and rub the Windex all over it. It'll clean it off good. Get you a clean towel. After Windex, I like to just hit it again with some more acetone because I'm paranoid about rust. I like to keep them clean. And there it is. And that is in there. That's not coming out. The only way that's coming out is if you take a grinder to it.